Alright everybody, hope you're doing well. Today I have a little bit of a sword video. I have to be quiet because my family's asleep. It's like early in the morning. But I thought it'd be perfect time for a sword video. I have a number of swords, including Japanese katana, swords. And here's one of my favorites I wanted to show you. It's interesting because it comes from one of the cheaper manufacturers. You think like $100 katanas, Musashi, but this is a limited production run, so they only made like 200 or 300 of these. Um, this is a fast cutter. It's bamboo themed. Um, really, like for what you get, or for what you pay for it, you get a lot of sword. Comes in a cotton bag, which is nice for storage. Um, Piano lacquer, black. I don't think there's any horn on the scabbard. Maybe the opening, the Koiguchi. I'm going to use English phrasing and Japanese words like interchangeably for the parts of the sword because I'm not an expert. So if I'm blanking out, I'll just say English for whatever it is. So bear with me. It's got cotton wrap here. This is actually a thing. So when you wear this on the belt, traditionally they would have this like come out. It's kind of like a safety belt to hold the sword in place. So when you draw it, you don't lose grip or something. The scabbard comes flying out too, and this holds it in place. So when you walk around, it's not like doing that. So, but because I don't carry this around or whatever, I don't take this apart yet. So the scabbard's nice. The saya, no rattling. It's fit perfectly. I'm amazed. It's really a nice, gentle release, not too tight, not too loose. You see there's the opening. They did a good job. There's a pretty good job. Now the blade is 1060 mono steel, but I think it was folded, and then it is clay tempered. So it does have a natural hamon. And you can see that. It's not too crazy, but even in neutral lighting, when I'm looking at it physically, holding it, I can always see the hamon. So it's actually quite nice. It's distinctive for having this double fuller. A lot of Japanese swords have a single fuller or like no fuller. This has double bohi. There's a bamboo theme with this sword. So you can see bamboo, really nice end cap. I think that's beautiful. Cotton handle wrap. This handle's amazing. It's tapered in the middle, very slim in the thickness, and so what it gives you is a nice sense of direction. And the manuki are long bamboo shafts. This does have a really long handle. This is like almost a foot, and it's about a 80% tang. So the tang stops about right here. I'd say right here, because I took this tang out and polished it. It was fairly rough. It did have the maker name and I think the polisher. So there are two signatures on it, and it's really cool because it adds a little something when there's signatures on the tang of these samurai swords. I know it's probably some Chinese guy or something, but I think it's cool, especially the quality of this blade. Ends right here, double pin. So I stoned the tang because when I tried to pull this handle off, it like wouldn't come, so I had to like tap it off with a rubber mallet, gently, and the holes had burrs in them, so I stoned it off, sanded it, really did a nice job cleaning up, oiled it, and then put it all back together. It's real ray skin underneath the wrap, but it's just panels, so it's not wrapped all the way around, which is fine. The wrap is pretty tight. I can move it on the manukis, but it's not like I'm shoving it side to side. It's just like flexible. So it's not too bad. Here's another shot of the bamboo fittings. It has this very minimalist tsuba, which I love. I like the way this looks. I think it's really cool, and it gives you just enough of a hand stop so that, like, if I did a thrust, my hand wouldn't come shooting up on the blade and chopping my fingers off, which this could do because it's really sharp. I'm very impressed with the sharp edge on this. They did a really good job. It's got etchings here of bamboo. I don't know, maybe it'll show it. I don't know, but yeah, really impressed with this blade. Feels sort of front heavy, so I imagine the point of balance is somewhere out here, but that's good because for these swords you want it to be a good chopper. You want it to chop right through stuff. So and I have cut a few things, and it does a really good job. So like water bottles and things like that, it does a really good job. It has a distal taper, so it's actually thicker here than it is up in there, the front. And the habaki, the fitting that keeps it in the scabbard, I'll show you actually because it's really nice. It's not perfect, but they did a really good job fitting it to the sword. So you can see there's no gap. There's a little gap down by the edge on that one side, but this side's pretty perfect as far as the fitting. There's no gap on. There we go. So you can see it's not perfect, but it really is snug. Doesn't rattle. I think they did an excellent job, given that this is a Musashi sword. But I'm really impressed with this. I know it is a limited run, so they didn't make a bunch of them, but I wish they had, because this is a great sword. I feel like if somebody wants to get into sword collecting or cutting or whatever, this does a really good job. It's a very good cutter. It's agile, a little bit tip heavy, so it feels good when you can give authority in the cut. Ergonomic handle, really nice. The knot down here at the end is really tight and feels good. Doesn't feel loose at all. You can get a really good feel for hand placement and leverage because the handle's so long. The Tsuba handguard is nice and minimalist, so it sort of gives it kind of a ninja sword look. I know that's cringy to say, but I kind of like that aesthetic of the minimalist guard, especially on a curved sword. It just kind of does something. I don't know if you agree, but yeah, really nice and tight. Like no rattle. So they did a really good job with this sword. I'm pleased to have it. Again, this is the Musashi Fast Cutter. Very, very happy with this. Hope you enjoyed it. Have a good day.